Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you were there? Or maybe you found yourself struggling to focus on a book or conversation, wondering if this is just part of getting older. If these moments feel familiar, you're not alone. And the good news is, there's something empowering you can do about it. Today, we're diving into 7 cognitive exercises to improve focus and clarity in just 10 minutes a day, because keeping your mind sharp doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. With a little practice, you can reclaim your mental clarity and enjoy life with renewed confidence. Why does this matter so much for seniors? As we age, our brains naturally undergo changes that can affect memory, focus, and processing speed. But research shows that engaging in regular mental exercises can help build what experts call cognitive reserve, your brain's ability to adapt and stay resilient despite these changes. According to a study published in the Journal of Aging and Health, seniors who incorporate daily mental activities into their routines tend to experience slower cognitive decline and report higher levels of mental clarity. These exercises aren't just about preventing memory lapses, they're about staying sharp, independent, and fully engaged in the world around you. And here's the best part, they only take 10 minutes a day. Let's start with one of the simplest yet most effective exercises, focused breathing combined with visualization. This technique helps calm your mind while sharpening your ability to concentrate. To try it, find a quiet spot, close your eyes, and take slow, deep breaths. As you breathe in, imagine drawing in clarity and focus. As you exhale, picture releasing distractions or mental clutter. One woman I spoke with, Margaret, started practicing this exercise during her morning coffee ritual. She says it helps her transition from feeling scattered to feeling centered, making her more productive throughout the day. The beauty of focused breathing is that it can be done anywhere, whether you're sitting in your favorite chair or waiting in line at the store. Another powerful exercise is word puzzles or crosswords. These activities challenge your brain to retrieve information quickly and make connections between ideas, which strengthens neural pathways. Research shows that seniors who regularly engage in word-based games tend to perform better on tasks requiring memory and problem solving. For example, John, a retired engineer, began doing a crossword puzzle each evening before bed. Not only did he notice improvements in his vocabulary, but he also found himself remembering names and details more easily in conversations. If traditional crosswords feel intimidating, start with simpler word searches or online apps designed for beginners. It's all about finding what works for you. Now, let's talk about mindful observation, a practice that trains your brain to focus on the present moment. This exercise involves taking a few minutes to intentionally observe your surroundings, noticing details like colors, textures, or sounds you might usually overlook. For instance, Susan started practicing mindful observation during her daily walks, paying attention to the patterns on leaves or the rhythm of birdsong. She says it not only improved her focus, but also made her feel more connected to the world around her. Mindful observation reminds us that even small moments can be rich with detail when we take the time to notice them. Now that we've covered focused breathing with visualization, word puzzles, and mindful observation, let's dive into 2 more cognitive exercises, memory recall games and guided storytelling. These activities not only sharpen your mind, but also tap into your creativity and personal experiences, making them both practical and enjoyable. Before we dive in, if you find this helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. That way, you'll never miss out on more tips to make life a little easier and safer. Let's start with memory recall games. Have you ever played the game where you try to remember a list of items in order? This type of exercise is a fantastic way to challenge your short-term memory and improve your ability to retain information. For example, take a simple shopping list, milk, bread, eggs, and apples, and try to recall it after a few minutes. As you get better, increase the length or complexity of the list. One gentleman I spoke with, Bob, started practicing this during his morning routine by trying to recall the names of everyone he'd met at a recent family gathering. He says it's become a fun mental workout that helps him stay sharp. Research shows that memory recall exercises like these stimulate areas of the brain involved in learning and retention, which can slow age-related cognitive decline. Plus, they're easy to incorporate into your day. You can practice while waiting for your tea to steep or during a quiet moment before bed. If lists feel too straightforward, you can try a variation called backward recall. Instead of remembering items in order, challenge yourself to recall them in reverse. This adds an extra layer of difficulty and engages different parts of your brain. For instance, Linda, a retired teacher, likes to write down her daily tasks and then try to recite them backward at the end of the day. She says it keeps her mind agile and even makes her laugh when she gets it right. The key is to make it enjoyable. After all, mental exercises should feel like a game, not a chore. Next, let's talk about guided storytelling, a creative exercise that strengthens your memory, focus, and communication skills. Storytelling involves recalling past events, organizing details, and presenting them in a coherent way, all of which are excellent workouts for your brain. To try this, think of a memorable experience from your life, perhaps a vacation, a milestone event, or even a funny story, and share it aloud as if you're telling it to a friend. You don't need an audience. Simply narrating the story to yourself can be just as effective. For example, Susan began practicing guided storytelling by recounting tales from her childhood to her grandchildren over video calls. Not only did it bring them closer together, but she also noticed her ability to recall specific details improved over time. If you're unsure where to start, consider using prompts like, "Tell me about your first job," or "What was the happiest day of your life?" These questions can spark memories and help structure your stories. Experts recommend incorporating storytelling into your routine because it combines mental effort with emotional engagement, creating stronger neural connections. A study published in the Journal of Cognitive Enhancement highlights that seniors who regularly engage in storytelling activities tend to perform better on tests of verbal fluency and memory recall. Even if you're not naturally inclined towards storytelling, you can ease into it by journaling first, writing down your thoughts before speaking them aloud. Of course, some people might worry that these exercises seem too challenging or time-consuming. But here's the thing, you don't need to spend hours mastering them. Even 5 minutes of focused effort can make a difference. Whether it's jotting down a quick memory or practicing a short story, every bit of mental activity contributes to building cognitive resilience. Now, let's talk about the final cognitive exercises in our guide, pattern recognition and mental math challenges. These activities not only sharpen your problem-solving skills, but also provide a fun and stimulating way to keep your mind agile. Together, they round out our list of strategies to improve focus and clarity in just 10 minutes a day. Let's start with pattern recognition, a skill that involves identifying relationships, sequences, or structures within information. This type of exercise strengthens your brain's ability to process details quickly and make connections, which is essential for tasks like reading maps, solving puzzles, or even following conversations. A simple way to practice pattern recognition is by using visual puzzles or games. For example, try looking at a series of shapes, numbers, or colors and identifying what comes next in the sequence. One woman I spoke with, Margaret, began using a phone app designed for pattern-based games during her afternoon tea break. She says it feels like a mini mental workout that leaves her feeling sharper and more alert. If apps aren't your thing, you can also find pattern recognition exercises in books or online resources tailored for seniors. The key is to choose activities that challenge you without causing frustration. Progress should feel rewarding, not stressful. Pattern recognition isn't limited to visual tasks either. You can incorporate it into everyday life by noticing recurring themes or habits. For instance, take note of patterns in your favorite TV shows, weather cycles, or even the way people interact around you. Observing these subtle consistencies helps train your brain to think critically and stay engaged with the world. Next, let's explore mental math challenges, an excellent way to boost focus and numerical reasoning. While many of us rely on calculators or smartphones for basic calculations, doing math in your head forces your brain to work harder, enhancing memory and concentration. Start with simple addition or subtraction problems, then gradually increase the difficulty as you grow more confident. For example, take Robert, a retired accountant who began challenging himself to calculate tips or grocery totals mentally instead of reaching for his phone. He noticed not only an improvement in his math skills, but also a greater sense of accomplishment in tackling daily tasks. If arithmetic feels daunting, try breaking problems into smaller parts or using objects like coins to visualize the numbers. Mental math doesn't have to be intimidating. It can actually be quite satisfying once you get the hang of it. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've covered, from focused breathing and word puzzles to storytelling, pattern recognition, and mental math, these exercises offer diverse ways to strengthen your mind while fitting seamlessly into your daily routine. Each one builds on the idea that mental fitness requires consistency, not perfection. By dedicating just 10 minutes a day to these activities, you're investing in your long-term cognitive health and independence. Here's a specific action step you can take today. Pick one exercise from this video and commit to trying it for 5 minutes. Maybe it's jotting down a story from your past or solving a quick pattern puzzle. Every effort counts, and you'll likely notice improvements sooner than you think. Remember, progress doesn't happen overnight. It's the small, consistent actions that lead to lasting results. Before we wrap up, I want to thank you for spending this time with me. Your willingness to prioritize your mental well-being is truly inspiring. If you found these tips helpful, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe for more content designed to support seniors like you, and share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear which exercise resonates most with you. Together, we can build a community focused on thriving at every age. Remember, staying mentally sharp isn't about being perfect, it's about embracing curiosity and giving yourself permission to grow. With these exercises, you have the power to keep your mind clear, focused, and ready for whatever comes next. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, here's to living well and thinking boldly.